Welcome to Roll for Crit. We're here to give you the brand new board game releases, and there have been a whole lot in the wake of Gen Con, so strap in. Here's your new games for the week of August 12th, 2019. Almost forgot what year it was.
The Cowboy Bebop board game from Jasco is out in retail now. This is a game based on the extremely popular anime, which I'm sure if you talk to anyone who enjoys anime will tell you it's very good and you should watch it. How have you not watched it already? But of course, there are a lot more properties through this entire list. We have the Rebirth game from the Cryptozoics DC deck building game. This is actually more of a campaign setting for the DC style deck building game. We actually put a video out. You can check that out. We've got Dead Man's Cabal. This is not a copyright, but it was a Kickstarter, very successful, from Pandasaurus Games, where you are a lonely necromancer. So you're going to say, I'm going to make my own friends because I'm cool like that. We do have a new expansion for the Lord of the Rings Journeys to Middle-earth. It's sort of I call it almost a mini expansion. It comes with a few minis to some big named bad guys, as well as some trinkets and titles to help you defeat them. We have the new Love Letter from Z-Man, which actually adds some more cards, which actually lets you have more than 4 players. So it's sort of nice whether you're new to the Love Letter series or an old fan who just wants to be able to have more people sitting at the table playing that. This list won't be complete without one roll and write, and for this week we've got Patchwork Doodle. This is a roll and write based on the Patchwork game, the original one being a 2-player game where you are working and making a beautiful quilt, seeing who can make the best one. This time you get to roll and write for that. We've got the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, which was a Kickstarter, but now it's up for regular release. You can see some of the expansions actually behind me. In this, you will work together playing the Power Rangers in order to save Angel Grove from evil monsters, henchmen, and of course, Rita Repulsa. We've got Roll for Adventure, which is a new game from Cosmos, where it's actually a cooperative game where you have to make sure you all are able to defend the kingdom without anyone succumbing to corruption. A while back, Sagrada announced it's doing a special trilogy expansion titled The Great Facades, and the first set of that is being released. It's titled Sagrada The Great Facades Passion. This one adds a bunch of rare cards as well as rare dice, so it seems to spice up maybe some of the random pulls you'll make throughout that game.
Shadowrun Sprawl Ops is the new board game based in the Shadowrun universe, and now there's a 5 to 6 player expansion available at retail, so you can take your game to more players, which is always appreciated in any game. There's Sierra West, a new one from Board and Dice that has players traveling out west, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get gold and explore the mountain, kind of a classic out west trail scenario that has gotten a lot of buzz, probably one you want to look into. Space Base is getting an expansion called Command Station that also raises the game's player count, in this case from 5 to 7, and this one comes in a big box that's meant to house the original and other expansions, so that's another really nice bonus there. Some new Star Wars releases that are quite large, literally. For Star Wars Armada, there's the Super Star Destroyer. This thing is over 2 feet long, and you can use it as a mini in your fleet now if you've got the space for it. There's also 2 new expansions for Star Wars Legion, the Tauntaun Riders and the Rebel Veterans. You gotta have those Tauntauns in there. That's essential if you're doing a Hoth kind of a scenario. Teotihuacan is another big game from Board and Dice, and that has an expansion now. It's called for the late pre-classic period. This adds some new modular components to the board, as well as actual player powers that people can have, so really spice up the things going on in that Euro game that we really enjoyed. Ticket to Ride has a brand new edition, the 15th anniversary edition. It's got some brand new clear train pieces, some other fancy components, a cool new cover that tells everyone you love Ticket to Ride in the 15th anniversary and you're celebrating. Welcome To has a small expansion. It's for Spring, the Spring neighborhood. In this one, there are some new city plan cards, and you're trying to collect Easter eggs in your neighborhood to get more points. And then we've got some LCG releases to wrap up with. For Lord of the Rings, there's a Shadow in the East that brings your playgroup closer and closer to Mordor. And then there are 2 World Championship decks, one for Game of Thrones and one for Legend of the Five Rings. These are from the 2018 Championship tournaments, the winning decks. So if you want to see what the true champions play with, you can now get those actual decks.
Side note on those, in particular, they're also great grabs because not only, as you said, you can get those. They usually either do alternate art or like zoomed in or prettier cards of some of them. So like if you like making your deck look pretty and stuff, these are, I think, usually still good grabs to that. And it's a pre-made deck ready to go.
Yeah, who doesn't like making things look pretty? I do.
But yeah, a lot of releases.
A lot. Very many of them.
Many of them we were able to pick up at Gen Con. Some of them that we forgot because I'm a terrible idiot. I'm still going to regret that until I actually get Sierra West.
Too hard on yourself. Too hard on yourself. No, but there are a lot of good ones. I mean, the bulk of the ones that you mentioned, I mean, there's a lot of expansions, but also a lot of kind of interesting new titles. Obviously, Sierra West that you said. Standalone games like Patchwork Doodle, even though it's a spin-off, it's still new, as well as Love Letter. Honestly, there's just a lot of remakes and spin-offs. I did like the Ticket to Ride 15th anniversary because I don't know if you remember this, there was a Ticket to Ride 10th anniversary.
Yeah, I remember that.
Every 5 years, I guess they're going to do that. I don't know what their plan is for that, but more power to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as people buy it.
That's the prerequisite usually. Yeah.
A lot on this list, a lot that we were lucky to get our hands on, whether through Kickstarter or at Gen Con. I don't know which ones you're most excited to play for. I know for me, I'm actually the Shadowrun. I finally got the 5.6 because there was a bit of a mix-up. So I'm excited to learn that because I want to make sure I'm ready in case. Because per game night rules, should I bring a game that's for 4 people, 5 or 6 will show up.
Yeah. There were a few different expansions this week that are adding more players too. So I think that's usually a common thing that people like. Sometimes it messes up the game. You got to play it and find out.
Let us know if you are excited to buy any of these games, or if you already have it through either Gen Con or you backed it as a Kickstarter. Of course, you can let us know right down below in those comment sections, and if you've already played it and if you liked it. Don't forget, of course, to look at other places: Facebook, Instagram, your front door. As soon as you get that 5 to 6 player expansion, we'll be there.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready to play. If you missed any of our Gen Con coverage from the last week, it's done now. It's all on our channel, so you can go look through all of that. It'll be on our site, rollforcrit.com. And you can also check out there our Keyforge contest that is going to be running for another week or so. We're giving away some Age of Ascension goodies, the most recent Keyforge set. So check that out, too. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this has been Roll for Crit.
Catch the latest from Roll for Crit by liking and subscribing, and don't forget to support us on Patreon.
Don't get analysis paralysis. Just click those buttons. Help us out.